Science fiction has always been a part of pop culture, but few realize that science fiction has for a long time foretold the future. So in today's List Bomb, we cover the top 8 sci-fi predictions that actually came true. Starting off our list at number 8, The Tank. In 1903, famous author H.G. Wells wrote about a land vehicle sheeted in iron. Little did he know, only 13 years later, such a vehicle would be produced. Number 7. To the Moon. 100 years prior to man stepping foot on the moon, author Jules Verne predicted the moon landing in ridiculous detail. He predicted the approximate weight of the vehicle, what it cost, how many people, its launch from Florida, its return in the Pacific Ocean, and last but not least, that America was the one who did it. Number 6. The Cell Phone. Martin Cooper, the inventor of the first cell phone, cited the handheld communicators depicted in Star Trek as the inspiration for his invention. And while Cooper's first cell phone was shaped like a brick, a later version, the flip phone, was directly inspired by Star Trek. Number 5. The Smartphone. A smartphone is more than just a phone, and more often than not, the phone aspect comes second to the plethora of other things you can do with it. It's a tool for work, for business, for anything you need. The earliest depiction of such a device that I could find was in the 1987 Star Trek: The Next Generation TV show. The tricorder, as they called it in the show, was their handheld go-to device when they needed information on the go, much like a smartphone. Number 4. The Tablet. Now, while the argument of a tablet being nothing more than a larger smartphone is valid, what a tablet is used for is quite different. The tablet was designed for longer sessions of reading and watching media. The first depiction of what we see as a tablet today happened yet again in the 1987 Star Trek: The Next Generation TV series. Take a look at some of these pictures. Looks an awfully like an iPad, doesn't it? And here we can see Captain Sisko in Star Trek Deep Space Nine using a photo editing app. Number 3. Gesture control. If you've never seen the movie Minority Report from 2002, you should, because this movie showed the world the possibilities of gesture control. Its ideas are integral to many technologies these days, from smartphones to tablets and even the Xbox One. This tech is not expected to go anywhere anytime soon, and it will likely get better as time goes by. Number 2. The Manhattan Project. We mentioned H.G. Wells before, and he's mentioned again, this time for predicting the atom bomb. Nearly 30 years before the Manhattan Project started, Wells described cities around the world being devastated by what he called an atom bomb. Wells predicted not only the mushroom cloud we associate with an atom bomb, but its lasting radiation as well. Continuing number 2, several years before World War II, a man named Robert Heinlein wrote the short story titled Solution Unsatisfactory. He proposed a future where America develops an atom bomb that ends World War II unilaterally. He also said after it's used, it will spur the rest of the world into a nuclear arms race to keep up. Keep in mind, Heinlein predicted all of this before World War II ever started. And your number 1 sci-fi tech prediction is the 3D printer. In 1987, Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek: The Next Generation launched. It brought the iconic spacefaring sci-fi show into the current generation. And with its launch, it introduced many new inventions and ideas. The replicator was just one of those ideas. The replicator reassembled atoms into pre-programmed forms. It could make tools, food, and even the plate the food is served on. While the idea is fantastic and could already be done in some form, it wasn't easy and had very little use other than prototyping. Since the 80s, the technology behind 3D printing has steadily gotten better, with companies worldwide working to push the boundaries of what's possible. For example, need a wrench? Here's a 3D printed one. Want to bring your Minecraft creation to the real world? You can do that. How about a snack? Or perhaps you'd prefer to eat a 3D chocolate face. 3D printers are the future. There's no doubt about it. I imagine a future where you don't buy products, you buy patterns to print the products. So today's list shows that science fiction doesn't predict the future, it creates the future. So tell me, guys, what kind of crazy invention do you see in your future? Leave your comments below.